Weldon Road, alongside the confluence of the River Aire and the River Calder. For Castleford Tigers, who we've seen win 2 cracking cup ties in the campaign so far, up against a Sheffield Eagles side making their first ever appearance in a Challenge Cup quarter-final. Another Yorkshire derby then that promises much. We watch it in the company of Jonathan Davis and Ray French.
The population of Castleford may be only 35,000, but the noise will sound as if they're all here at Weldon Road when we approach kick-off for this quarter-final tie. The Tigers have doubled and almost trebled their supporters as the locals sense a possible 5th trip to Wembley. And many Sheffield fans have made the short journey up the N1, anticipating a first ever visit to the National Stadium. And good numbers of them too. And the Eagles have certainly landed. It's more like a zoo here at Weldon Road, but everyone enjoying themselves. A great derby battle in prospect and a derby battle at Central Park tomorrow between Wigan and St Helens, and a capacity all-ticket 18,000 crowd will be there. Wins against Leeds and Bradford have done much to ease the memories of Castleford fans and those 4th round defeats in recent seasons at the hands of Warrington, St Helens and Salford. But for Eagles fans, few Challenge Cup highlights to cherish as Sheffield reached the quarter-finals for the first time in their 14-year history. And in those 14 years, not a single meeting in the Challenge Cup between the two sides. Only a pre-season practice win for Sheffield to give us any indication of form. And we had a little earlier the Great Britain ladies team being welcomed by the crowd. Those lovely ladies are about to travel to New Zealand a little later in the year for a test series down under. No changes in the Castleford side that accounted for Bradford in the last round. Castleford coach Stuart Raper will be looking for the same commitment from that front row. McKell, Orr and Sampson, 65 tackles from the trio in 80 minutes. Skipper Paul Broadbent, Mark Aston, Matt Crowther and even coach John Keir all hail from within easy reach of Weldon Road, and that should add a little spice to the tie. But for me, the man from 12,000 miles away in North Island, New Zealand, Dave Watson, he's the man to unlock Castleford's tight defence. Plenty of youngsters here, Jonathan. And John, I remember you making your Challenge Cup debut here, the same atmosphere.
Yeah, fantastic place, you know. It's every player's dream to get to Wembley, even if you're born and bred in rugby league or you're brought in from rugby union. It is the place you want to play, and it took me 4 seasons to get there.
Sunshine, superb pitch, ideal for fast, open rugby. But many of these Sheffield players never experienced this stage of the cup before. A time for Paul Broadbent, the skipper, to steady the nerves. And especially there, Keith Senior. He's been abroad with the Great Britain side. He knows what the big match atmosphere is like. But a lot will depend on internationals there like Fetu Taiwa. A lot of preparation gone in this week for Sheffield. Castleford, in the past, a team full of local lads. Not so now. Kiwis, Australians, the Frenchmen, and of course homegrown internationals like Barry John Mather, Dean Sampson and Jason Critchley. It's proved a winning combination, John, today.
Yeah, they've had 2 difficult cup games, and that might help them today. You know, Sheffield have had the easier draw, but you know, they know each other very well. With John Keir, of course, you know, Castleford, you know, through and through. They'll know each other inside out. It's going to be a very, very intense first 20 minutes.
Well, if the 20 minutes is as intense as the previous matches against Leeds and Bradford, it will be really intense. Paul Broadbent, the skipper, 10 years at one club, 300 appearances in a needle jersey, and contrasting with Mike Ford, 15 seasons in the game and 7 clubs behind him. Dave Watson from the North Island in New Zealand, 15 New Zealand test caps. He'll be a big influence on this match. And the referee there in the centre, man of considerable experience, Wigan whistler Robert Connolly, on the Grade 1 list for the past 8 years. No real advantage from this toss-up, John.
No, I think the weather is superb, you know. It was never this nice when I came up to play here, but you know, the conditions are superb. There's no wind, the toss. It just depends what Mike Ford wants to do. You know, does he want possession first, or does he want to get stuck into the Sheffield team? But it should be a fantastic game, and Paul Broadbent, the Sheffield captain, you know, he needs a big game today to lead him forward, as he usually does. But as you said, David Watson is a superb talent. He's fantastic, and he'll have a big game.
The 6th round of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Castleford's 3rd All-Yorkshire tie leads Bradford and now Sheffield. And the hero of the clash against Bradford, Brad Davis, 14 points, 5 goals in the trial. The man of the match. He'll be looking for a similar performance this afternoon. And Fetu Taiwa, doesn't he look very, very serious? From New Zealand, Adrian Vowles had a huge impact on this Castleford season. And Robert Connolly gets the game underway, and I'm sure his twin brother John, also a referee, will be watching with considerable attention. Broadbent, the first receiver. Sheffield never reached a semi-final in the 14 years. Keyed up for this one. Dale Lawton, former Dodsworth amateur player from Barnsley. And Aston looking for a position already downfield. Picked up by Flowers. Looking very impressive, Flowers, John.
Yeah, he started the season exceptionally well, and the try scored against Bradford just shows what he can do in attack. You know, he's superb under the high ball, but I think Sheffield is a good set of 6 there. Mark Aston, you know, he will dictate the pattern of play, and he'll do the kicking game today.
Richie McKell, number 8. Dean Sampson. As we said, these two props, 8 and 10. Sampson and McKell, a lot of work. Davis favouring that left-hand side to Schick. Just got that extra yard of pace, Andrew Schick, down that left-hand side. Fouls again. Good tackling, good covering by Paul Broadbent. Danny Orr, that's a good one. Oh, that's hovering behind the line. Well taken, superbly taken there by Dave Watson. Never took his eye off the ball, John.
No, Dave's played full back, and he was in the right spot there. But the Boer wasn't sure, and he was lucky that that the kick was... It was a great kick by Danny Orr. And what's good about Castleford, they have a variety of kickers. They all went for Mick Ford, but Danny Orr tried to make a magnificent kick.
Dale Lawton in tremendous form this season. Very quick. Good burst. Sabatabur gets it on this side. Oh, it's a knock-on. Rod Doyle couldn't quite hold it. First scrum of the game. Not a considerable amount of difference between the two packs. Mather, some considerable difference there. 6'7", John Mather. Vowles. McKell. Broadbent in again. Notice 2 and 3 of the Sheffield Eagles players going into the tackle. When 2 or 3 go in, John, it delays the play the ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're doing everything well at the moment. They're slowing the play the ball down, and it looks a bit, you know, a bit slow all round for Castleford. What they do as well is close the first 2 ball carriers down, and if they can get the ball away, the Castleford boys, they will have numbers on the outside.
Sensible kick there, keeping Sheffield Eagles penned deep in that 20-metre area. And as usual, Richard Duckingfield's down there at pitch side for us. Any news, Dick?
Well, the delights of the English climate, Ray. 2 weeks ago we were here, it was absolutely freezing. Today, this afternoon, sunshine is very warm, and I suspect it'll be a busy afternoon for the water carriers sitting in both dugouts, keeping these players refreshed.
And there he is, ready with that water, but it's Sheffield taking the game to Castleford. Paul Broadbent. Doyle to Watson. Mark Aston looking for Fatu, coming back inside, and that's what Sheffield were practicing all week, coming back in at an angle. It's very tricky for a sliding defence to pick it up. The Tigers under pressure. Aston. Well taken. But bungled into touch, Jason Critchley.
A well-placed kick there. Jason Critchley had no choice. He had to take the ball, but you know, that close to the touch, he didn't have a chance to stay in field. A scrum for Sheffield.
A lot of sides doing this cross-field kick now, John. It's very effective, isn't it?
Yeah, very effective, but you know, as Castleford showed against Leeds, when you got somebody like Barry John Mather on your side, it's way over 6 foot. It does come in handy.
Aston then, with Sheffield's head and ball. Watson, again bringing Keith Senior back on that angle. They're trying to catch this sliding defence on the wrong foot. Sheffield again. Aston. He's got Broadbent there, charging to the line. Shaw, crashing in, and he's over! Tremendous burst there for Sheffield. Great effort, Paul Carr driving in. The short pass, coming at an angle, and the Eagles are soaring. 4-0 for the Eagles. Darren Shaw and Paul Carr there, two very effective second rows.
Again, very poor defence by Castleford. There was a huge gap up the play of the ball, and Carr just went straight through it. Nothing the Flowers could do.
Paul Carr, the lad from South Sydney, former Hunslet player, no stopping him.
Again, poor defence.
And Mark Aston with the conversion attempt. And he collects the 2 points. So, this huge crowd here at Weldon Road, stunned in these opening minutes, but 6-0 to the Eagles.
Yeah, Sheffield have started very well. A good set of 6 from the kick-off, and they've varied their plays. Again, watch this. There's 2 forwards on the floor there. They come straight down the middle, and there's poor defence there. They should have stood up and closed the gap down.
Quite a simple kick.
Always a nice way to start with a nice easy kick, right?
Sheffield then finding a gap at the back of the Castleford play the ball. Penalty there, referee Robert Connolly wanting the tackle player to be allowed to get up very, very quickly.
Yes, ball, boy, give it.
And a good 10-metre gap there. Sampson. And McKell. Invariably, these two hunt together at first receiver. Davis. Talek. The Frenchman. Forward. To Schick. Oh, Andrew Schick, number 12. He likes to run down that left-hand side. Bad mistake there from McKell. He knows it. No need for his teammates to tell him.
Yeah, simple pass, and that's bad play there. But Sheffield look very, very comfortable in defence at the moment. You know, and the Castleford forwards aren't playing that platform for the halfbacks to play.
Watson, Savatabua. Built like a second row, this Fijian Rugby League and Rugby Union international. Senior. Back to Aston. By Sali Savatabua. Paul Broadbent. 8 Great Britain caps, 300 appearances as an Eagles shirts. And another longer-term player, Aston, back to Lawton. Ford. Pitchley. Certainly Sheffield having great difficulty getting away from their line. Tremendous tackling here by the Eagles. Brad Davis complaining to Mr. Connolly. He felt again that the Eagles were lying on.
Yeah, Sheffield are certainly having the better of the forward exchange at the moment, you know, and makes life easy for Mark Aston.
And the message has come down from the Eagles coach, John Keir, to the bench. He's saying, calm it down. This is the time when a team that's got into the lead is sometimes most vulnerable. Pay attention to the tackles now, says John Keir.
Castleford looking to regain the initiative, but a strong bollocking run there from Samatabur. Played in the World Cup for Fiji in '95. Pinkney. Darren Shaw. Broadbent taking that ball just nice and flat there. He ran from depth and timed his run. Another one timing his run. Dale Lawton. This Eagles pack fairly ripping into the Tigers at the moment. Doyle. On the 5th tackle. And Aston sensibly just puts the ball behind the Castleford defence.
Again, a good kick there, but it should be a Sheffield ball there. The ball did play the man, and you know, not the vice versa.
Well, I disagree, John. It's going to be a Castleford ball, because really Barry John Mather had no say in that going into touch. But just look at that, John. 63% in the opponent's half from Sheffield already. That's a great start.
Very close decision here, right? You know, I think he's done it for stealing. Sabatabua. It'd be interesting to see if there was 2 players involved in the tackle there. There he is. He's a bit high. As he comes in, yeah, it's a good decision. Penalty. Just there was 2 men in the tackle.
Split decision just as Fetu Taiwa came in. Very difficult ruling there for referee Robert Connolly. You can only steal the ball when it's 1 man on 1 man. Mather. Tarek. This is better from Castleford now. To McKell. But well taken. But well out. Good pass. And good one to Davis. Davis looking for that gap. Davis is going. Oh, it's picked up superbly there by Nick Pinkney. Pinkney did well to get back to that. That could have been a try in that corner.
Great defence by Pinkney. He just stood in between the 2 Castleford players and got his hand to a very important interception. Great defensive play there by Pinkney.
And suddenly, this Castleford crowd get behind the Tigers. Eagles sensibly just holding the ball. At first, second receiver, this is better now. Senior. Paul Carr. Good run. Now he's quick as this man. Not quick enough. The handover on the 6th tackle. Davis. Bowles. Tries to get away from Tyler. He does do. Not away from Shaw. Bowers.
Right, lads, roll away, roll! Come on, move!
Davis. Chick. Castleford coach Stuart Raper played down the Bradford win. He had a relaxing win and then increased intensity this week. Danny Orr. He's got Davis cutting through. Brad Davis, the hero Castleford fans something to smile about. A similar try to the one he picked up in the previous rounds.
Yeah, again, great play by Daniel. He just goes up to him, holds him up, and there he is. It's a great time pass, and Darren Shaw there just exposed. A bit of ball watching. Superb play by Daniel.
And I think in that pass there we see Danny Orr's pedigree as a scrum half. He took the ball up to the line, John, and a beautiful pass to Davis.
Yeah, the timing of the passer, but you just watch him here. He notices a number shot. You've got a forward on the back. It's a mismatch. Just can't handle Brad Davis's pace and just strolls over. Great try. Great awareness by Danny Orr. That all come from Ray. They just decided to go forward. McKell and Talik did the hard yards, and it's always easier. You've got to get the Sheffield defence on the back foot. They've been trying to spread the ball a bit too early in the tackle, and the Sheffield defence has been covering everything. Just a bit extra yardage, you know, good platform, and it just pays off.
Not the easiest of kicks for Davis, but he has been in good form. 7 goals in the earlier 2 rounds. And a promising start by Sheffield Eagles, suddenly ruined. But a long time remaining in this match. Davis just perching that ball on a very, very large mound of sand. He'll want to get his instep well underneath this ball and slide it between those 2 uprights. Looking for an 8th goal then in the Challenge Cup, and he misses it. Well, he's a lad who hasn't shown any nerves as yet, Jonathan. That one should have gone over. He shakes his head.
Yeah, it was a very poor kick. He just pulled it a little bit, you know. I think sometimes players take him back a bit too far. You know, it's just a little chip there, and he should have put it through. But again, what's Daniel? The awareness. He spots Brad Davis on Shaw, a back on the forward. That's what you look for in attack. And it's an easy running for Brad Davis.
Referee Connolly just settling the 2 packs down. They get down very nice and gentle. All the scrums gone according to the head, as most do in rugby league these days. 6-4 then for Sheffield. Watson trying to bring Nick Pinckney through the gap in midfield. Broadbent. Dale Lawton. They were telling me that this lad, this big prop forward, is barely 100th of a second slower than Pinckney over 20 metres, so we'll be looking for 1 or 2 of his bursts. Dale Lawton. Aston. Paul Carr. Oh, Sabatabua. He takes that ball beautifully. He's got him in the corner. He's got Crowther there. Matt Crowther goes in at the corner. The referee, Mr. Connolly, just checking with the in-goal judge that he's awarded the try. And Matt Crowther, 4 tries against Lee. He's in at the corner, but it was that break by Sabatabua, the powerful Fijian.
Again, a great ball by Paul Carr, well taken for Sabatabua. And what he does, he looks up and has a look where Matt Crowther is, has a superbly timed pass. A great try, Matt Crowther. Again, watch this ball. As he's going down, slips the ball inside. That's great full back play there. Great support. He has a little look here to see where Crowther is. There he goes. Superbly timed pass. That's an easy finish for Matt Crowther and a superb try.
Aston trying to shut out the din which is ringing around his ears. Oh, and he does do. He strikes it beautifully. Straight between the uprights. 12 points to 4 for Sheffield. A tremendous opening from the men down the M1.
Again, they go left, you know, and it's a superb ball here by Paul Carr. But watch the inside defence there, just McKell is caught out there. He didn't stick with Savata Boer, and that was the mistake. Richie McKell just slips his man, and that's it. He's gone. Try time.
Jason Flowers, I think, was appealing there for a forward pass, but I must confess, Jonathan, I don't think it was.
It's difficult to say. He was in a good position, the referee was. No Sheffield ever hit back in superb style.
Well, that should be a penalty. Turning the Castleford player over on his back. Again, attempting to slow down the play of the ball while the defence gets back. Sampson. Ooh, he shrugged off Lawton. Back to Orr. Castleford on the move. It's Brad Davis again. Good covering there by Watson and Mark Aston, the two half-backs. Good covering behind the front line of the defence. Schick. Davis. Well picked up by Savata Boer. He read that well. Looking very impressive, this lad from Fiji, John. Yeah,
he'll be happy if they kick like that as a very poor kick and an easy ball to take.
Broadbent. Oh, tremendous burst by Broadbent. That's why the lad has 8 Great Britain caps. The Eagles looking for a quick play the ball. Watson. Pinckney does well to get it back to Watson. Doyle. To Turner. Can he get that ball away? No, he can't. But it's still all Eagles. Paul Carr again. He's got Aston with him. Watson changes the point of attack to Keith Senior. Can't get away from Barry John Mather. On the 5th tackle. Mark Aston looking for the drop goal. Oh, it's not there. But it was very, very close. Very, very close. Well worth the attempt.
Yeah, Mark Aston will be disappointed with that. He should have nailed that. An easy kick, no pressure on him. But Sheffield are stepping out of these tackles. Stuart Raper won't be happy with the one-up tackling of the Castleford defence.
And here we see it's well struck. Ooh, just scraping the upright.
Should have kicked that, should have kicked that.
Good pass, well taken too. Harland and Mather combining well there. Mick Ford, Richard Gay. Good handling here at close quarters by the Tigers. Forward. A tester for Pinckney, he takes it well, but good support.
And just a flutter of concern on the Castleford bench about Andrew Schick. His left knee is heavily strapped, and a few moments ago he was limping in quite a pronounced way. The physio asked him if he was all right, but you suspect Schick doesn't want to leave the game at this stage.
Sheffield have shown tremendous form in the Challenge Cup in the earlier rounds. 27 tries against Lee and the amateurs Egremont, but of course this is a different proposition. Savata Boer does well to get that to Pinckney. Now then, this boy has plenty of pace. He's got 1 to beat, 2 to beat, he's in touch. Good run by Nick Pinckney. The top Eagles try scorer in 97 with 16 tries. 4 against Egremont in the previous round and just denied, John.
Yeah, again, a hooker, Daniel, makes a superb cover tackle because this boy can run. But just watch him come across here. Daniel's a superb tackle. I think he's injured himself in the process, but it's a try-saving tackle.
And I think we could see that Andrew Schick may have been struggling with that knee that Richard Duckenfield was talking about as he was attempting to cover across there.
I don't think he'd be very happy getting caught out there. A second row marking Pinckney, one of the fastest men in the game.
Well, we can see Michael Smith, number 22 for Castleford, has come on there in the front row for Gail Tallick. And Nathan Sykes for Richie McKell. And there is Nathan Sykes, number 14, former Mould Green amateur. Davis. That's a knock-on, no advantage.
Again, that's great defence. You know, Matt Crowther just steps in on his wing and takes Barry John Mather out.
Senior. Rod Doyle, the lad from South Queensland Crushers and St George. Broadbent. Nathan Sykes on for Richard McKell. And a problem to the right of our screens. Not too much trouble, I think more frustration on the part of one or two players. Michael Smith down there, he's looks to be in some sort of trouble though, stomach-wise.
I think him and Darren Turner had a few words, and I think he's just caught him below the belt, I'm afraid.
Mr. Connolly just having a check on the incident.
Here we go, yes, there he is, Dan Turner, and he's just gone in the right-hand punch, and it's just below the belt there.
Well, I don't think Mr. Connolly caught that, but he's taken some advice from the touch judge.
Mike Smith certainly caught it anyway, let me tell you, Ray.
And Mr. Connolly wants it calming down, a penalty, and once again I think you know, players are lucky, such as Paul Broadbent there, John, that they don't go into the sin bin for punches like that.
Well, John Key will be very unhappy now. The discipline now, they're playing extremely well, Sheffield. They're controlling the game, and the defence is controlling the game. And you know, the lack of discipline now, he'll be very upset that it's, you know, it's giving them field position, Castleford field position.
John Key is certainly concerned about discipline. The message went on, tell Rocky, that's Darren Turner, to calm down.
Castleford then looking to pull another 4 points back here. Davis, short pass to Jason Flowers. Flowers trying to use that strength that earned him that late try against Bradford. Good passing. Davis again. Good switch ball. Back inside to Smith. Oh, good tackle again by Broadbent. Forward to Davis. He's got Barry John Mather there. And Barry John Mather is over. Once again, Davis instrumental in midfield. No holding the big 6'7" centre from the Perth Western Reds in Wigan. Barry John Mather and Castleford are back into the action. 4 points the difference now.
Again, they go left, they're going left all the time. They found a weakness there, they pinpoint, and the pass is superb again. And what he's done, he's come over from the other centre just to make the numbers up. But it all comes from a lack of discipline. Shaw's there again, and Watson, but they hit between Watson and Feddu. There he goes, he just stands him up. The dummy runner, the gap opens up. Superb play.
Very, very nice, short, neat pass, but it's this practice, John, of coming in at the angle against the sliding defence, isn't it?
Yeah, again, you know, Harlem just comes in. You know, he could have scored as well. The gap opened up for both of them. Lack of communication in the Sheffield defence. But it all comes from the lack of discipline, right? You know, a penalty on the halfway line gives Castleford field position. You know, right. They scored in the first set of 6.
That's right. Well, he's a little happier. And they are not. A difficult kick here for Davis. No wind out here at Weldon Road. Oh, he's not struck that one well. And these goal kicks, John, you've got to put them over if you want to get to Wembley.
Could be very, very important now. They're two easy kicks that he has missed. He's pulled the first one and just pushed the second one. But watch this again. They double up. The two centres go to the same side. Watch Haaland on the dummy run. He could have scored. Just stands Watson up and Barry John Mather scores.
So those two missed goals proving the difference. 4 points the difference. Watson to Broadbent. Paul Carr, very strong down this left-hand side. Second rows these days tend to favour one side. We've got Carr down this left, Schick down the left for Castleford. Turner to Aston. And a kick again, just looking for position on the field, trying to contain Castleford back deep in this 20-metre area. Oh, and John Keir will be pleased by that kick and chase, John.
Yeah, I think they have to put more pressure on the Sheffield kicking game. They only have one kicker, and that's Mark Aston. They don't seem to have another choice, so they usually chase very, very well, Castleford, but they're just easing off in the last 10 minutes.
Well, less than 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Castleford looking to haul themselves back into this game. Lee Haaland. But this tackling by the Sheffield Eagles side, very, very fierce in midfield. Samson, oh, a beautiful sidestep by the big prop. So light on his feet for such a big man. But he sets Cass on the attack. Oh, to Davis. Looking to Smith, Smith back again to Davis. This is magnificent rugby. He's got Critchley out wide there. Wonderful cover tackling there by Fetu Taiwa. But still Castleford on the attack. Davis to Ford, he's looking for the kick across. Dowler's underneath it. Oh, Barry John Manilow, 6'7" of him, couldn't get his hands on the ball. And Eagles breathe again. Again,
the 6'8" of Barry John Mather, they've got to use it. But they've spotted a weakness on the right-hand side of the Sheffield defence, and they're exploiting it. Again, you see Barry John Mather, he's out the shot, but he's signalled that he's out there, and you have to use his height, really. Just unlucky the kick isn't spot on.
Referee Connolly judging that Crowther actually put the ball dead, and so a drop out beneath the post. Another sequence of 6 tackles. Andrew Schick. Davis. Again, another ferocious tackle there from Broadbent and Carr. Nathan Sykes. These Castleford forwards now beginning to work up ahead of steam. None better than that man, Sampson. Smith, the Kiwi. Oh, trying to step his way out of the tackle. Taking 4 men to put him down. 8 metres then from that Sheffield line. Davis trying to put Bowles in. Oh, the pass. Wild, speculative, but sometimes they stick in the wingman's hands. Not this time for Jason Critchley, I'm afraid.
Unlucky, they created the space again. But John Keir has spotted the weakness on the right-hand side of the defence, and Jackson has come on instead of Shaw. He's got that extra pace, Jackson has, just to cut the threat of Brad Davis down.
There may be 1 or 2 handling errors, but the game full of ambition and adventure. Savatabour can do the work of a front row forward in around those ruck areas. Michael Jackson, the substitute for Sheffield Eagles, injecting plenty of pace, one of the fastest forwards in the game. And another one, Lawton. There is Michael Jackson, signed from Halifax, and Darren Shaw, the Aussie, going off. Good ball, back to Savatabour again. He's got Senior with him. Well taken by Richard Gay. Gay spotted the danger there. Did well to come in off his wing. Savatabour again on that line side. He's got that Crowther going for the corner. Crowther with 1 to beat. Oh, and he's in at the corner. Savatabour launched himself down that left-hand side. And the big his 22nd try for the club. And the cry, Eagles, Eagles, rings around Weldon Road.
Savadabua, he's having a great influence on this match. Haaland misses the tackle, but it all comes from a quick play of the ball. He spots the defence like sleeping on the blind-hand side. It's a good step to finish off. Another good try.
It's interesting, but in practice all week, John Keir, the coach, has been bringing the backs in around they play the ball.
Yeah, getting a quick play of the ball, and you know, they were so unorganised at the play of the ball, and they exploited it.
Well, he was telling the Sheffield Eagles players, Jonathan, that there was a box behind the play of the ball. That's where he felt there was a weakness for Castleford, that there was a gap.
Well, they're certainly controlling the play of the ball area. They're slowing Castleford down, and they're not playing very, very quick play of the ball.
Mark Aston with his third attempt. Oh, it's going close, it's hit the upright. Disappointment then for Mark Aston, but no disappointment for the Sheffield Eagles fans, leading here at Weldon Road by 16 points to 8.
Again, watch, you know, they're so unorganised. Savador goes one marker there, runs at Haaland, creates a space, and again, as a good winger, he's on your shoulder, and that's a good finish. On off his left foot try. And Aston certainly swinging his leg nice and smoothly, like a golf swing. You know, a much better contact than what Brad Davis is having.
Bertie Man, you've missed a few like that in your time.
I missed one in front of the posts. Anthony's bloomers.
Nathan Sykes. But this Castleford attack not really functioning against this very fierce Sheffield Eagles defence. Being contained deep in their own half. Danny Orr. Mike Ford dealing with the fifth tackle and dealing very well with the fifth tackle. At least keeps that Castleford momentum going.
The way this game is now poised has brought the Castleford coach Stuart Raper from his seat in the stands down to the bench so he can be in close communication with the players. An absolutely sizzling pace of this game so far. Second half, you wonder about stamina and you wonder about fitness. Castleford, we know, have it. We're not so sure about the Eagles.
Yeah, I think, you know, with the two hard games that they've had in the Cup, you know, they won't be too unhappy with the situation at the moment. You know, it might benefit them.
There was actually some thought, John, as to whether Sheffield Eagles would not be quite prepared, you know, having not played Super League opposition so far.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. You know, Castleford have had two really tough games, and they know that they're only 8 points behind. There's nothing in it because they usually come strong in the second half. And the two games that they've had will definitely benefit Castleford in the second half.
Sheffield playing very safe and sensible rugby as we approach the half-time hooter. Watson back inside to Michael Jackson. There is Jackson attacking that box behind the play of the ball. That extra yard of pace that surprises the defenders. On the fifth tackle, Aston. Petu Taiwo doing his best to recover the ball. Forced to concede a scrum. Referee Robert Connolly doing a lot of talking to the players. Always a good sign. A good rapport between the referee and the players can iron out many disciplinary problems. Mather to Davis. He's got Richard Gay inside. Good sidestepping work there by Gay. But again, good cover tackling. Forward. Smith. Mr. Connolly getting Sheffield right the full 10 metres back. Danny Orr. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Castleford desperate for a try. Davis punts a long ball out to Magan again. Oh, he can't just quite reach over there. Will Davis have a go himself? No, he doesn't. He gets it to Richard Gay. Now then, is Richard Gay in the corner? I don't think he is. Touch judge Jim Molyneux says no. And he points to the post for a dropout.
Well, Robert Coyne's in an ideal position there. He can't get any closer to the play of the ball. Yeah, well, the ball went down, but I think his shoulder hit the flag.
Touching goal. Well, he's decided that it was touching goal. Darren Turner coming in as a late replacement this morning for John Lawless, who pulled a muscle in his back. Pulled muscles there in Michael Jackson's back, and just look at the encouragement there from Fatu Tywin. He's pushing Jackson downfield. Gail Lawton striding in now. Broadbent. Good pass to Watson. Well, he's looking to get the ball away, but I think the Kiwi will be better advised just to hold on at this moment. Turner on the 5th tackle. Seconds ticking away to the hoot, and it's well worth an attempt to drop goal. Just again fading to the right-hand side, but sensible tactics there by Mark Aston.
Yeah, I think he takes the ball on line. Richard Gay on his shoulder takes the flag out, so definitely not a try.
Richley. Castleford, 4 times winners of the Challenge Cup, last in '86, defeating Hulkinson Rovers, and certainly there's been a buzz about the town that this could be their year again. But a lot to do now as we approach the end of this first half. Barry John Mather just can't get away. Good battle there between the two big centres there, Keith Senior and Mather. Sampson to Mike Ford. Picked up by Lawton, but still gets the ball away to Sykes. No knock-on. 1 or 2 Sheffield Eagles players appealing for a knock-on, but it wasn't Bowles. On the 5th tackle, now then. Ford or Davis will surely test this Sheffield Eagles defence. Savatabu is there, and so is Crowder. It's interesting where they're kicking the ball. They're kicking it to Barry John Mather's wing, aren't they?
Yeah, like I said, they've got to utilise his height, you know. But then again, Keith Senior isn't a small lad. It's a good competition, you know, in the centre spot there.
There it is, half-time, 40 minutes of superb rugby. A wonderful start by Sheffield Eagles. The power of that pack, and no disputing 3 tries from Carr, 2 from Crowder, and those 2 goals from Mark Aston. Castleford with a lot to do in the final 40 minutes.
Yes, Castleford was due to be presented to Alan Hunt, and Eddie Waring, of course, such an enthusiast for the sport, and he described a few magnificent tries in his time, and Alan Hunt's of last season was one of the best we've had in recent times. We'll see Richard Duckenfield conduct the honours with Eddie's son, Tony Waring, after we've seen the try that won it, Hunt for St Helens.
McRae, he'll be counting the seconds down for St Helens. But a lot of time remaining. Oh, Hunt's intercepted! Alan Hunt's going away for a try! They'll not catch Alan Hunt! He's in there under the post! Oh, and that's finally sealed it! Alan Hunt for St Helens! Delirious with joy! And I think that couple in the crowd know that they're in the hat and the draw on Monday night.
A great occasion and a memorable try by any standard. So, Tony Waring, the presentation, please, to Alan Hunt.
Alan, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this Eddie Waring Memorial Trophy. The best try of last season. Congratulations, very well done.
Thank you very much, cheers.
Congratulations, Alan. I don't know if that was the best try that you've ever scored, but maybe it was the most important given the occasion of the opposition.
Yeah, very important, you know. 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, not too many points in it against Wigan, you know, so it relieved a lot of pressure.
You've now, of course, moved on to Hull, so you can cast an eye over the chance of St Helens going back to Wembley again this season. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think they've definitely got the hardest tie, but you know, hopefully some of the guys are watching. All the best tomorrow. You know, I've been in a few Saints teams that are giving Wigan hell, and hopefully they'll do the same tomorrow.
But being an ex-St Helens player, are you going to tip Wigan tomorrow?
I think, you know, from what I've heard, Wigan are looking very good, and I think they'd have to start favourites. But like I say, you know, all the best to all the boys at St Helens. I wish them all, you know, wish them well.
And what about Hull Sharks? Of course, both they're still in the Challenge Cup, an outsider.
Yeah, very much out. You know, we've just got promoted from the First Division last year, and you know, we've got a lot of expectations for ourselves, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, a good result tomorrow would go down well.
A few more tries like that will help. Thanks, Alan.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thanks very much.
Alan Hunt in looking fit and ready for action there at Salford tomorrow. And Sheffield Eagles ready for the action. Just a second division championship and 2 second division premiership winners' trophies to show for their 14 years in rugby league. But 1998 promises plenty for the Eagles if they continue the form of that opening 40 minutes. I'm sure the Ipswich Tigers national conference team down there in Suffolk, who have been twinned with Castleford, will not be so happy at the moment, but I think we should tell them, Jonathan, that Castleford have a habit of winning matches in the dying moments, don't they?
Yeah, the last kick of the match on some occasions, but they have to pull their fingers out this half. You know, they're not doing anything particularly well at the moment, and you know, Sheffield are totally controlling the game.
Danny Orr, one man who has got to begin to control the game around the play the balls. Sampson. Smith, good powerful burst by the Kiwi from Canterbury Bulldogs, and a good pass back inside to Orr. This is better from Castleford now. Still the ball is going. Davis gets it back to Schick. And the Rose sets up again. Good long ball from Bowles, not picked up. Jason Flowers, oh, tremendous little kick from Jason Flowers. Just stopped there by the Sheffield hooker Turner.
Yeah, great kick there, but superb saving there by Danny Turner.
Sheffield keeping the ball nice and tight there. Well, they were. Turner again. A loose forward or hooker, as we said, came in for the injured John Lawless this morning. Oh, and a powerful burst again by the prop forward Paul Broadbent. Lawton, these props, the pace of these props, John, never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, Paul Broadbent, he does the bread and butter stuff, you know. He sets a superb platform for Sheffield.
In my time, some props never moved till it was half time. Tyler on the 5th tackle. Aston, well, he had to kick that under considerable pressure, and there is the result. The ball direct into touch. Good pressuring there by Castleford.
Yeah, great pressure there by Adrian Bowles. They didn't do it in the first half. Like I said, they haven't got you know, another choice for a kicker, and there he is. He sees him coming out the corner of his eye and just fluffs the kick. Maybe one weakness in the Sheffield ranks is that Sabat de Boer, he does play extremely close to the line, and you know, he's never in a defensive position sometimes. A kick over the top and a chase might catch Sheffield out.
Sampson trying to set the lead up front with Schick. Davis and Ford combining well in midfield now to Haaland. Danny Orr, just look at the tackles that hooker's made there. 18 tackles, and he's not the biggest of men. Good play. Mather just can't hold the ball, but that was adventure again from Castleford. Now then, what is the referee going to do?
I thought that ball went back there. You know, he didn't have control of it, but he did force it backwards, but Kitsina came up with it anyway.
Looks to knock on to me. Referee Robert Connolly admitting to the players he didn't quite see what happened down there. So, sensibly, having a word with Mr. Molyneux, the man with the red flag. Castleford knocked on, so advantage to Sheffield.
They've certainly started a lot better. Castleford, Stuart Rakers had a few choice words to say at half-time.
Jason Flowers, number 1 there for Castleford, coming in the line well there. I Michael Jackson, number 17. Signed only in January, just beat the cup deadline from Halifax. Speedy runner. And here is another speedy runner. Rod Doyle just had his ankles chapped. Turner to Watson. He's got that man Savatabour again. Gets it away again to Doyle. No knock on, says Mr. Connolly. Aston, Broadbent, back again to Carr. Still Sheffield keep throwing this ball away, and still the Castleford defence moves forward. On the 5th tackle now to Dave Watson. Delicate little rubber kick, Broadbent's there. Oh, this could be a try for Savatabour, I think. A ricochet from the Castleford player. 3 Sheffield Eagles players were there, but from the grin on that man's face, Vaisali Savatabour, the Fijian international, looks to have got his fingertips to it.
It'll be interesting to see who gets it, but a clever kick by Dave Watson, very similar to what Derek Fox used to do with Bradford. But poor play there, you know, and well, the post in the way, Paul Broadbent certainly thinks he scored.
Well, it's a battle. I don't think either will bother. Broadbent's in there for the try. Savatabour's in there. Sampson knocks it down. Well, I think it's Savatabour.
Savatabour's got it, but Paul Broadbent might not get as close to that again this season.
Well, we were talking about fast props, though, weren't we? And another 2 points from the trusty boot of Mark Aston. And that's a tremendous boost to Sheffield. Who would have thought that just minutes after half-time the Eagles would have been leading, 22-8.
Again, Sampson's there, that's poor play there, you know, he took his eyes off the ball and set it up. Any one of 3 Sheffield players could have scored there.
And the pressure still not to come off the Castleford team, as now the side that scores the try kicks off. A change from what used to happen a couple of seasons ago. And Francis Maloney coming on as substitute. I think a timely substitution. I'm surprised that Danny Orr is going off. He's made a good contribution in this opening 47 minutes. But Maloney is a powerful player, John.
Yeah, they need a bit of variety at the moment, and they'll switch Brad Davis into the forwards maybe and put him at acting half-back. You know, he's a very dangerous player, and it's the same combination that won at Headingley.
Davis, again, going down that blind side. He finds Richard Gay. Gay back inside to another. Beautiful handling there. Oh! 1 minute, I say beautiful handling, and then we have a knock-on like this. No pressure on him, just taking his eye off the ball, did Lee Harlan. There we see the handling errors, 5-2. Castleford made only 10 handling errors in the last Bradford game, 5 already. Dale Lawton. The Sheffield Eagles side hardly considered by the bookmakers for the visit to Wembley, but they've stolen up on the blind side and they're looking a very, very good outside bet now. On that 5th tackle. Aston again. Well taken. Jason Flowers leapt well to that, put his knees high up in the air. That stops the would-be tackler from coming in. Good work there. Vowles. Sampson does well to get the ball on the tackle there to Davis. Davis has got support with him, just can't get that ball away. Maloney. Good dummy by Maloney, but well tracked there by Paul Carr. Davis and Maloney beginning to combine here now. To Bowles. He's got Critchley outside him. With Pickney to beat. Back to Schick. Back to Bowles. Sampson. Good play. Maloney again. He can't get that ball away. Terrific tackle there by Doyle, but still Castleford down that right-hand side. Flowers to Mather, still gets that ball out on the 5th tackle. It's anybody's ball. No play on. There's a knock on. The Castleford fans are leaping in the air behind the post, but Lee Harland and Brad Davis know that it was a knock forward on that 6th tackle.
Yeah, Critchley goes, the line there, you know, it just comes down on the opposite side of the line and knock on, but he was superbly placed again, but they kept the ball alive superbly there.
And any infringement on that 6th tackle is a handover. So it should be Sheffield Eagles to play the ball just beneath those posts. Lawton. Castleford battling grimly to haul themselves back in here now. Oh, and an interception by Barry John Mather to the corner, and Mather will go in there, and that's the try that Castleford have needed. The fans are going wild here at Weldon Road, and there's no need for this punching at all. Even the Tigers mascot's in there with his boxing gloves on, but no need for it. The try has been scored. And a Castleford player is down there on the floor. Barry John Mather taking a breather. Referee Robert Connolly will need to sort this out. Certainly an off-the-ball incident in the corner there.
Yeah, I think there was a late tackle there when after Barry John Mather has scored, Darren Turner comes in, you know, and there's no need for it. He comes in late. It's a good run here, Bobby. Tries to pop, gets his hand in there, watches, he's in, he knows he's in. Once he's brushed Paul Carr off, he scores a try, and Darren Turner, the hooker, comes in late. Watch, he slides in. Sampson isn't very happy, comes in and pushes. And this is where it all goes off there. It'll be interesting to see what happens here now.
There we see Barry John Mather perhaps celebrating a little prematurely. Turner goes in. Does he catch a knee at the back of the head? He doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. Then he rushes in. Mr. Connolly does as well. 1 or 2. Oh, and a punch there flying from Keith Senior, it looks to me. And that certainly dropped Barry John Mather there. And no need for that. There we see that punch going, John.
Well, listen, I'm sure he'll be psyched to do that now. There's no need for it. You know, he should have got sent off for that. That might cost him his place in the semi-final, maybe.
Well, a sad sight there. Barry John Mather, the try scorer, being helped off the pitch. And Sheffield Eagles lucky to have 13 men remaining on the field there. 22-12 for Sheffield. Tempers boiling over here now. Maloney with a good one. It's a beauty. The flags go high. Maloney knows he's put Castleford back in contention. 22 points to 14.
Again, yeah, if you watch him, the left hand comes over the top. Watch his Keith Senior, the two centres have been having a go all day. Here it comes, left hand over the top. Certainly connects and down he goes. And there's no need for that. And he might have to pay for that with the semi-final spot if they go through.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, John, to see him cited by the Rugby League as, you know, as you can be if the Castleford club want to do so, and I'm sure they probably will.
Well, the game is tough enough without that, and, you know, there's no place for it in Rugby League.
Well, this game is now rough and tough, and Mr. Connolly has got to get right in there at these rucks. The din is deafening here all around. The Castleford fans at last in full throw, but Broadbent again, the skipper, setting the example, leading the charge forward.
Well, John Kirby stressing to keep the discipline now.
Danny Ellison, a wingman, on for Barry John Mather. And that's a good kick because it sends Jason Flowers scuttling right back to that in-goal area. And Castleford have a lot to do. Just look at the chasers there. And Barry John Mather, he doesn't look too happy, does he? He's a hard lad at the best of the time. He must be in pain to have been led off from the pitch.
Yeah, Barry John Mather back on the bench, but it's worth recalling that ever since the 5th minute of this game, the Eagles coach, John Keir, has been telling his team to calm down, keep it calm, keep the discipline right. But it's not so easy when you're a player.
And I think, Jonathan, the team that keeps its discipline will win this match.
Almost definitely, you know, that the discipline has been good up to now, but, you know, they're in control of the game, so John Keir will have to stress to keep the discipline.
25 minutes remaining, plenty of points, I'm sure, still to come as Davis launches another attack down that right-hand side.
He's certainly been influential in this match, and now he'll have the ball in his hands more at acting half-half, Brad Davis.
Maloney, senior, doing well. So a knock-on, says Mr. Connolly. Good judgment there by Jim Molyneux, the touch judge on the far side. Agonising time for those two coaches. John Keir on the left there, former Castleford player, putting one over his old club at the moment. But as we've seen from Stuart Raper, this Castleford side capable of coming back in the final moments. Maloney looking very impressive now since his arrival on the pitch, John.
Yeah, a pair of fresh legs, and the thing is, he's a good goal kicker as well, and he might be very important.
Adrian Bowles forcing the gap. He's got Sabata Brewer. Bowles going in there. Oh, Adrian Bowles goes in down that left-hand side. Sabata Brewer couldn't quite hold him. And suddenly, it's Sheffield Eagles now on the rack as the former Queensland Cowboy skipper puts a smile on that lady's face. 22 points to 18, and this cup tie is delicately balanced.
Again, it's the ball out of the tackle that's important. Watch it here, slips a ball, and there's a gap. Pickney stays on his winger. He's very deceptive and very powerful, Vowles, and then he just goes round some of the board and scores. They're back in it. Watch the pass again. Here it is, and it's good support. He hits the ball at pace, and he's got his jump start on the defence. It's great pace here.
And I think what is good here, actually, is that the Sheffield Eagles defence, Nick Pickney, holds him out there, John, so the kick is a difficult one.
Yeah, very important now, a couple of points in it. But again, you know, he takes the ball on, hands off Dave Watson, and it's just a foot race. Some of the boys, two great handoffs there.
And haven't we seen some wonderful passing out of the tackle from the forwards? Francis Maloney, former St John Fisher amateur there in Dewsbury, kicked a vital goal against Leeds. None more vital than this one. As Paul Broadbent knows, he's really annoyed. He's really urging the Eagles on. Oh, it struck just to the side of the post. The crowd anticipated that going in, but it didn't, and it remains 4 points the difference. And
again, the ball from Mihal, he's done this a couple of times, and he just pins his ears back. It's a foot race, and watch the ball's in the right hand there. The right hand then can just push off. Some of the Boer would be very unhappy that he missed the tackle, but two great handoffs.
And what looked to be a good strike by Maloney just fades across the face of the post, just glancing away from that far off right. But Sheffield know they are now in again as Martin Wood, a substitute, number 24 on his back, makes a surprise arrival on the pitch. Broadbent summoning up every ounce of energy now. Barry John Mather just reflecting on that punch. Richard Gay.
Barry John Mather is back on the bench. He's giving it 5 minutes to see if he can get back into this game. He's got an ankle injury as well. He's got ice on the ankle to keep the swelling down, and also, of course, a very sore face indeed.
Well, Barry John Mather already grabbed 2 vital tries for Castleford. He could be dangerous in the closing minutes, John.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt to see him back on.
And a big difference in the second half.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better now. They're keeping the ball for sets of 6. You know, they're setting everything up. They're doing exceptionally well.
And a crossing decision there against Castleford. Here we see Davis going along and Pritchley coming in front of him. Keith Senior took a knock, but he's okay. So is Pritchley. And it's Sheffield Eagles' turn now to visit their opponent's half in the shape of Paul Carr. 29 years old Carr represented Scotland against France while he's been over here. Lawton. Just 1 penalty conceded by Castleford, John. That's discipline.
Yeah, very good. It's another close one, mate.
Savata Boots trying to make up for that missed tackle on Adrian Vowles. Watson, back inside to Jackson. Back to Watson again. Still looking for support. He finds it in Tyler. Aston again with a testing kick. Flowers is underneath it. Well taken.
Again, very poor kick. You know, they've got to, put these high bombs on the spot to put the full-back under pressure, or even to get the ball back. That's a very poor kick with no pressure at all.
There's no chasers there at all, John.
And like I said, with the benefit of 2 hard games behind them, Castleford, should come strong in the last 20 minutes.
Well, they've played against Leeds and Bradford. They've certainly had 160 minutes of fierce, ferocious rugby. Could they be the fitter? Maloney. Back inside to Flowers, but again, good tackling there.
And concern on the Eagles bench here. Paul Carr, their number 11, is reporting that he's got cramp. He's actually stiffening up and he's not finding it too easy to move. Paul Carr, some concern for the Eagles.
And the 5th tackle. Right forward this time with a high one, no great distance.
Again, the lack of organisation on the last tackle, Ray, even if they put the ball in dead and get the kick back, the chase has to be good, the kick has to be good. Again, a nothing kick, and Mike Foley will be disappointed.
Yes, such kicks, John, they're too high and there's no distance with them, is there? Lawton. Done a lot of work this afternoon, Lawton, at first receiver, as has this man, skipper, Paul Broadbent. Good pass back to Turner. This is dangerous for Castleford now. Edging over that 20-metre line. Watson, Wood, slipping back inside. Oh, just lacked the support. Watson, Paul Carr. Oh, well, I wonder if Jason Fitz never played soccer. It's like a goalkeeper's save. Paul Carr, as we hear, suffering from cramp, but no cramp from that man, Critchley. Wonderful save on that kick. Allen, good burst by Allen, just can't get away. But still, Castleford keep that momentum going. Davis looking for that gap again. Good tackle there by Michael Jackson. Maloney, he's got Adrian Vowles again. Gets it back to Ellison. Ellison's got plenty of pace. Can't get away from Pinkney. On that 5th tackle. forward. Sabatabour's there. He takes it well. Good catch by Sabatabour. And good shielding by the Sheffield Eagles. As Tiger comes away now. It's all action here at West Weldon Road.
Again, a far better kick there. And there's good protection from the Sheffield players for Sabatabour to take the kick.
Yes, good protection there by Wood and Carl, standing in front of the receiver. Broadbent. Martin Wood. Gareth Stevens coming on there, that's in half-back. Back to Aston. Aston to Wood again. Good ball. Last tackle again. Carr using that blind side to Keith Senior. And Senior's going down the far side. Oh, Paul Carr took everybody by surprise down that blind side. And Keith Senior has nipped in down the blind side. 26-18 for Sheffield Eagles, and relief on the Eagles' faces.
Again, just simple 3-on-2 miss pass, and that's a very easy try for Keith Senior. Very sloppy play by Castleford.
But of course, everyone was expecting the kick here, John.
Just a miss pass here. Paul Carr just misses it out. Commits them again. Haaland again. There's no winger there. It's a simple run in. Very, very poor defence again from the acting halfback by Castleford. Again, they didn't number off, and it's just a miss pass. You know, he took the right decision to miss it out, and that's a simple try, and very poor defence by Castleford.
Poor Jason Flowers there to fall back. Had no chance. Mark Aston then with a very tricky kick outside on that touchline. Not the best of efforts from him. But a good effort there from that man, Keith Senior.
This is the end of the try there. Simple play. You know, he wants to go to an easier try. Jason Flowers had no chance.
Mark Aston then will be looking to put a long kick right downfield here, and John Keir, the Sheffield coach, will be wanting that man to be tackled in the 20-metre area, and he is. It immediately puts the pressure right back on the Tigers. Gay.
Roll off.
Castleford playing towards this Vowles and Ellison combination out here on the left. This is where the speed is. This is where a surprise try could come. Sampson. Good tackling by David Watson. Back to Ford, and he kicks for that speed. Vowles and Ellison in pursuit, but the kick a little too strong. Pickney just allows it to bounce into touch, knowing full well that the Eagles will have head and ball here from the scrum.
Yeah, good kick, but then again, I think that Mike Ford would have wanted this ball to stay in field, you know. It just gives Sheffield that respite, you know, the clock's ticking away.
Less than 12 minutes remaining, 8 points the difference. Nothing to two sides like these. Nick Pinkney not had too many chances on that right wing for Sheffield. Martin Wood. Darren Shaw, the big Aussie second row for Eagles, back in the action again now. Jackson.
I think the decision to bring Jackson on in the first half, just to show the right-hand side defence there, it was a good decision by John Keir.
And on the Sheffield bench, assistant coach Steve Deakin. Steve, you've still got it all to do, really, haven't you?
Oh, mate, we realise that these players are going to hang in for 80 minutes. They proved that against Leeds and they proved that against Bradford. Our call's just been to go in, make sure that we stop their offloads, because what they're doing is making us make 3 or 4 tackles for 1 to count. So we want to work a set of 6, get to the kick, kill the game, walk to the scrum and then start there. Hopefully stop their offloads.
Tense, though.
Mate, I'm 10 years older now than I were 80 minutes ago.
Thanks, Steve.
Mr. Connolly just wanting those 2 scrums to get down. Flowers. That's a crunching tackle from Watson. He's been tremendous there in defence at standoff. And the incomplete sequences there of the 6th tackle. It just shows the mistakes Castleford have made, John.
Yeah, I think they have to chase the game now. They have to look for passes out of the tackle, you know. But they need to put the platform again.
Still plenty of time remaining for any of these 2 sides to win this match. Good pass from Maloney. Finds Critchley down there. And a good run too from Jason Critchley. Former Keithley player. Maloney. Davis. Back to Bowles. This is where the danger is. Ellison. Now then. Ellison has got pace. Oh, and good pace there from Nick Finney. 2 flyers in competition down this left wing. Danny Ellison, the former Wigan player, just couldn't quite get round, John.
Yeah, it's good defence by that Pinkney. He knows his pace, he backs his pace, and just shows him the outside and just cuts him into touch. That's just having confidence in your speed. Shows him only one way, he's got to take it, takes him over the touchline.
Well, it was a tricky selection for Sheffield's John Keir between Bright Solji and Nick Pinkney. He seems to have made the right choice. And another right choice out there, out wide. Crowther. Sheffield looking for those final points, possibly to hammer home this victory. Stevens. Wood. Good ball handler. Martin would notice how he carries the ball in 2 hands to put the ball around the defender. Shaw with the ball tucked under his arm. He knows he's not going to pass, he's just going forward. And again, those are the tactics that assistant coach Steve Deakin were talking about, John.
Yeah, certainly it's different now, you know. Castleford will try and kick and keep the ball in play. And, you know, Sheffield, this is great play. You know, he's just going to kill the clock now. They'll walk to the scrum, use a couple of minutes up, you know, and just try and close the game down now.
Both sides had their good share of defence. Gay. Again, another tackle by Watson. Bowles, mid-forward. He's got Ellison inside him. Good tackle again. Aston coming across. That's good cover tackling from Sheffield Eagles. But this is wide, expansive play from Castleford. Harlan, back to Bowles. Back to Schick. Schick, he's got to Ellison again outside wide. The message is obviously get the ball to Danny Ellison. He has the pace to go in at the corner. Sampson gets that ball away to Schick. Good work there though by number 14 for Eagles, Stevens. He kept at him like a little terrier around the legs. Bowles again. He gets it to Critchley. Critchley can't get the ball away. Again, another superb tackle this time by Keith Senior. On the 5th tackle. Forward. Towards that corner. Senior's underneath it. A testing time, John, for the Eagles.
Yeah, again, you know, they just got to hold out now in defence. They got pace, you know, everywhere in the back line, so they could score from anywhere. They just got to be patient. But again, the execution of Midford's kick wasn't great, you know, and it's easy for Sheffield to clean it up.
Well, a risky pass there from Dave Watson, and another one. This Sheffield side are playing good rugby, they're not bothered. 2 or 3 passes that were put in there shows the confidence that's oozing through this side. There's another one to Stevens, to Tywer. Oh, Vetu Tywer looking for support there. Paul Carr just couldn't quite get there.
Right, get in middle.
Dave Watson. Wood. Back to Gareth Stevens. Stevens, he's got Senior with him. And Senior is racing in again under the pulse and 14-year history, and here they are, 30 points to 18 in the lead. A new experience for those Eagles fans.
Again, fresh legs, you know, he's on. It's a superbly timed pass there. Gareth Stevens comes on, just a bit of fresh legs, and it's a good centre strike, good support, well-timed pass.
Well, controversy from Senior, the man who struck that punch at Barry John Mather, but 2 tries in 8 minutes from the big man will surely send Sheffield Eagles into the semi-final. And Mark Aston with the conversion, no hesitation, no problem. He adds another 2 points to his record. And Eagles move on further, 32 points to 18.
Again, you watch Martin Wood here. He comes on a great angle and just gets the hands through the tackle. And it's great up, here he goes, hands up. Great support play there again with Gareth Stevens. And he just holds up, superbly timed pass here for Keith Senior.
We were talking about Wood's ability to hold that ball in 2 hands, John, and pass out of the tackle.
Well, you know, it's a 17-man game now, and the 2 substitutes there, you know, they combine to put Keith Senior over.
Waisale Savatabour, the man of the match. I'm sure he'll be pleased to receive a cheque for £200 and a commemorative medallion. But is it all over yet? Less than 5 minutes remaining. Castleford have done it in the past. We saw that last gasp intervention from Andrew Schick at Headingley. We saw Flowers' incursion into the line against Bradford. Can they come back? I doubt it. Paul Carr. But there should be 2 or 3 minutes stoppage time for the Barry John Mather injury. Wood. Michael Jackson. Aston. Wood. Good ball to Savatabour. He can't keep it. But again, whenever Martin Wood has the ball in his hands, he's looking to pass, he's looking to send a runner through the gap. I must say, John, we talked about Dave Watson, you know, his possibilities on attack, but on defence, at standoff, he's been magnificent.
Yeah, his defence has been superb, you know. A few question marks over the Castleford tries in the first half, but then again, since Michael Jackson has come on, you know, they've showed the defence up, and you know, it'll be interesting to see the tackle count of, you know, of the right-hand side defence.
Mr. Connolly getting right into the action there at the play of the ball. He wants to keep tempers down. Castleford, of course, have got to keep this ball moving. They can't just tuck the ball up the jersey. They've got to spin it out wide. Davis, he got Kitchley with him. That's a good burst down the far side. Oh, good tackle. Tremendous effort there from Keith Senior. Davis again. He's going through. Oh, and has Brad Davis brought a little hope back into this game. We sent Castleford were never down and out. And here they are again. Add on the injury time. And who knows, could Castleford still steal this game? Davis is having a good goal, John.
Yeah, he's there again, acting half-back, but you know, I think they have to score, you know, from the kick-off if they think they're in with a chance. It's just too far in front of Sheffield. But again, watch the acting half-back. You know, the defence there is very, very poor. Both defenders split up, and it's just an easy straight into the try line. I think John Keir and Stu Draper will have to look at the acting half-back defence. Again, they both go. One goes each way, nobody stays there. He's just straight up the guts up the middle, you know, and it's a simple try.
Well, you know, we criticise defence, John, but let's face it, these lads are very, very tired, aren't they?
They are tired, you know, it's early in the season. But like I said, you know, at the marker, you have to stay there and you have to concentrate. When you get tired, your concentration goes and you make mistakes.
An important kick from Maloney. No wind, no elements to hinder the ball's progress over the crossbar. Not quite the strike, though. Well to the right, no goal. And I think think Francis Maloney knows that that was a kick he should have got.
Again, watch the two markers. They both split, and it's just a big gap there. You know, pins his ears back and scores the try.
Castleford's Mike Ford, it's a restart, and that's an interesting kick. The rugby union style kick, and he gets it back. He just sends the ball 10 metres. Good play. Oh, a good pass. It's Castleford back again. McKell charging for the line. Maloney. Mike Ford. Held up 10 metres from the Sheffield line. And this has all come about from that little chip kick to the 10 metres. Michael Smith to Flowers. He's held. Desperate tackling here by the Eagles. We're into injury time now. There'll be 2 or 3 minutes. Maloney back inside to Harlan. A couple of tackles remaining in this sequence. Maloney to Bowles. Bowles to Ellison in the corner. Oh, he's just on the corner flag. Mr. Connolly is taking a look at that. Ellison, a tremendous effort there at the corner.
Again, a great pass again. His passing is Mr. He takes him on, tries to stay in field, but just the help of Fettel comes in there, and he's in touch, clearly in touch.
And could that have been the last-ditch effort from the Tigers?
Yeah, they needed a score there. They need 2 scores, and I think the clock will beat them.
Paul Broadbent, the Eagles captain, a huge performance by both sides, but by the Eagles in particular.
Yeah, the lads have really dug deep. I mean, Castleford have been the form team for the last 2 rounds. They've been knocking off the top teams, and we've had it quite easy up to this stage, but we were pretty confident that we could come in and do a good job. And I think that it shows in the commitment that the lads have put in, that they talk about the team spirit and the commitment that Castleford have got, and I think we've matched it, more than matched it today.
Certainly does. Thanks, Paul.
As Paul Broadbent says, the Eagles really are soaring high at the moment, and they are the team who will be in Monday night's draw for the semi-finals for the first time in the short 14-year span in rugby league. Today's win, by far the biggest and the most important in those 14 years. 1 step away from Wembley, 80 minutes. And all tribute to the Sheffield Eagles coach John Keir. He's prepared his side well in the pre-season matches. He's strengthened his team in the right places. And they're going to be difficult to reach on.
Yeah, once you get to semi-finals, Ray, you know, it's on the day. You'll have some big clubs in there. But, you know, that's it. They played exceptionally well today, and they've deserved it. They've got pace all round, and the 2 props have just been laying a good platform for them. They will be difficult to beat.
And it's Sheffield threatening at the end with Fatu Taiwa. Stevens to Watson. Watson back inside to Jackson. And there it is. There is the final hooter. Sheffield Eagles fans perhaps reached the most joyous time in their short history. They travelled up the M1. It was a daunting task to come here to Weldon Road when you think that Leeds and Bradford have already bitten the dust. But all credit to Castleford, wonderful entertainment in the previous 2 rounds. But today, John, it's been Sheffield's match, hasn't it?
Yeah, I totally deserved it. They took their opportunities well, and I think the platform that the forwards, you know, built for them, they created a few opportunities at wide. Savage played exceptionally well. You know, he had a hand in most of the tries in the first half, most of the plays. But the defence in the L held out, maybe apart from a couple of stupid plays and a lack of discipline. That you know, they brought Castleford into the game, but deservedly so that they've gone through to the next round.
And it was 2 tries in 8 minutes by Keith Senior, the villain or the hero of the match, whichever set of fans care to look at it. Those were the 2 tries that sent Sheffield into the semi-final.
John Keir, the Eagles coach, congratulations. That was in many ways a towering performance, John.
Yes, we've got a pretty good football team, and I thought our forwards were outstanding. We really carried the ball to them, we played the ball quickly, and we played some very smart football. I'm delighted with the whole performance.
It looked right at the beginning as though you might run them off the feet, but you couldn't shake Castleford off, really, could you?
No, we knew that we were in for a war of attrition, and we knew that Castleford wouldn't lie down and die. They worked very hard for 80 minutes. It's been a tough all game, but it's a great win, and that's what the Challenge Cup's all about, and that's what the quarter-final's all about, and we'll look forward to 2 weeks' time, but we'll have a good night first.
It means a lot to the team, doesn't it?
It means a great deal, yes, and it means a great deal to our loyal band of supporters, so it's been great for us. It's been a good day for the Steel City.
Thanks very much. Can I have a word with Mark Aston? Congratulations, Mark. I mean, I was saying to Jean, you just couldn't shake Castleford off, could you?
No, credit to Tigers, you know, they're a great outfit. They beat Leeds, beat Bradford, but they came unstuck today, you know. We've got as good a team spirit as anybody. But I'd just like to dictate that to my granddads, Matty Thouse's granddad. They died this year and we did it for them. They're Cas boys, eh?
Matt Crowley, yeah, you're a Castleford lad. 2 tries, though, here.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. You know, it's always good to get on the scoring sheet. Like Mark says, the Tigers are a good side. They've got great spirit, but we've matched them today, and we've gone one better.
Do you think Sheffield Eagles are going to make people sit up this year?
I think we are, mate. You know, we've got a great team spirit. We've got some good signings in Watson and Jackson. Hopefully we can, you know, be up there with the Wigan and what have you. Hopefully we can get to Wembley.
Amazing if you got to Wembley.
Oh yeah, we're buzzing for it, mate. You know, hopefully we can just, you know, dig in and get there.
Congratulations, Matt.
Let me just say hello to all lads in the job.
Big performance from Sheffield this afternoon. Now just 1 match away from Wembley, a match there that wasn't quite without its moments of controversy. Maybe we'll have a look at that in the course of final score. But they're through to the Challenge Cup semi-finals, and we've got another big match